We're back with your coffee break live on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Chaplinsky, and it's time for a little health buzz with our friends at Griffin Hospital. I'm joined right now by Myra Odenwaelder. And Myra, you are the director of Griffin Hospital's Rehabilitation Services.
That is correct.
And you're here to talk about something that's very pertinent right now as we head back into school. Backpack safety, which maybe a lot of people don't think about, but it's very important.
Yes, it is. As a physical therapist, I am very passionate about injury prevention, and this is a great time of year to start talking about backpack safety as all those students and parents are preparing for the first day of school. And it's amazing, backpacks have been known to cause several musculoskeletal issues, from neck pain to shoulder pain, back pain, if they're not used appropriately. In fact, in 2013, there were over 22,000 sprains, strains, dislocations, and fractures related to inappropriate backpack use.
Wow. And tell us what possibly is inappropriate backpack use.
Well, I can tell you the good news is these back injuries and neck injuries and shoulder injuries can very easily be prevented with 3 simple steps. The first step is choosing an appropriate backpack, and then you have to pack it light and wear it right. So some people might be wondering, how do I choose an appropriate backpack? There are so many different variations on the market. Well, you want to choose a backpack that is going to be your size. So something that's going to fit in between your shoulder and waist level. You don't want anything extending over the shoulders or below the waist. Next, you want to choose a backpack that has appropriate padding. So padding in the back portion of the backpack that's going to be making contact with your body, and then also padding along the straps, the shoulder straps. And that's right, I am saying straps. I do recommend backpacks with 2 shoulder straps as opposed to 1 strap. Messenger bags have been very stylish in the past, and oftentimes you can't distribute the weight evenly across the body with a messenger bag. So as a result, a lot of unnecessary stress and strain is placed on one side of the body. So 2 straps are always better than 1. In addition, some backpacks have waist belts and chest straps, and those are also good options too.
Now, I think a lot of times, especially when parents are going back to school shopping, sometimes like the fashion factor for the kids or what's cool kind of wins out. But you're saying basically maybe parents should keep a close eye on that and make sure they get something proper. And I can't tell you how many times you see those little tiny kids with like a backpack as big as they are, running down the street.
Oh, I know. And backpacks, it's just like choosing an appropriate pair of shoes or new clothing. It's important that the person using the backpack takes the time to try it out. Make sure that it fits comfortably before making your purchase.
Right. And this is for all ages. This is young kids through college. I know there's even been some studies about, I think students at Boston University, I was looking at some of the information you guys sent over, just that like 55% of students carry a backpack that's heavier than the recommended guideline, which is what?
10%. 10 to 15% of your body weight. So if your child is 100 pounds, they really shouldn't be carrying anything greater than 10 pounds. Now's the opportunity to dust off those bathroom scales and take them out, load your backpacks, and weigh them out. See just how much they weigh, because most people are carrying too heavy loads.
And I think what's interesting is, some of the information that you guys also shared is that with the proper education, it really can make a huge difference for a lot of those neck and back injuries. Like once students find out the proper way to do it, it really makes a difference.
It is very simple. And it's often some simple steps that we often take for granted. Not everyone gives a second thought to how to appropriately pack their backpack. So in addition to limiting the weight, you want to make sure that you're organizing the bigger, bulkier items towards the back of the backpack so that they're closer to your body, with the smaller and lighter items more towards the front of the backpack. You also want to make sure that the backpack, the items in the backpack are secure so that there is not a lot of shifting and moving going on around when the backpack is in use. And then, of course, wearing the backpack appropriately. So you can go through and make an appropriate purchase. You can pack it appropriately. But if you're not wearing it correctly, it defeats the whole process. So if you're using a backpack with 2 straps, you've got to wear both straps. If you've got access to those chest straps and waist belts, you should be using those as well.
And you brought a backpack with you. Can you tell us, what this backpack kind of represents? Is it a good backpack?
I did. So this is a decent backpack. It has several compartments where you can organize your items. And what I've done is I have organized my backpack with the larger books towards the back and the smaller items in the front. There's some really decent padding on the back portion of the backpack that I talked about earlier. And the straps also have nice padding, so it's taking some pressure off the skin. In addition, this particular backpack has a chest strap and a waist belt, so it will help redistribute the load appropriately.
That's right. And we do have a model here. Donald Dang, do you want to come over and just kind of put this backpack on, and we'll tell you if you're doing it right?
You know, it's funny. When I was in elementary school, we didn't have backpacks. We had book bags. It was like a canvas thing with like a cinch top and a string.
Right.
Cut through your shoulders like cheese wire.
So, Donald, the reason that I'm forcing Don to be the model today is because he was supposed to bring his daughter, Elizabeth Ang, but, you know, you failed to do so, Don. So now you have to take
Failure
Elizabeth's
has
place.
All right. So we're going to put this on, and you're going to tell me what I do wrong.
Sure. Go for it.
Go for it. Look at him. He's nervous.
He's so nervous. He's very tentative. So what's nice about this technique is he started with the backpack on the table as opposed to placing it on the floor.
Right.
So he lifted the load already so that it was at waist level, which is really considered your power zone. If you're doing any type of heavy lifting, you want to make sure that the load you're lifting is in between your waist and your shoulders. So that was a great technique. I didn't even mention that. He's got both shoulder straps on so that the load is distributed evenly. You can go ahead and you can show them how the chest strap and the waist belt can attach.
Okay. I don't know how they... Oh, here we go.
He's like a little... You're like a little kid on the first day of school, Don.
I know, really.
Do you need to tie your shoes
there you go.
too? All right, yep, go for it. No.
I have the wrong number of straps.
Good thing you're here, Myra. You really...
Cinch that up.
There we go. And how does it feel like that, Don?
Feels good. It feels like almost like a hiking backpack. You know,
It is. This particular one is meant for hiking. It could be used interchangeably. And he's adjusted the strap so that it's nice and snug. Okay, you notice that there isn't a lot of wiggle room. There's not a big gap in between his back and the actual book bag, and it's not falling below his waist level. Oftentimes you're seeing students walking around, they're hunched over because the backpack is far below their waist. So it's really important to adjust the straps so that you can wear it appropriately.
That's great. And if people want more information, I know there's actually the American Occupational Therapy Association has a national backpack awareness day, right?
Yes.
In September.
September 16th this year.
Right. And how do you kind of help spread the word about that?
Well, we do a lot of outreach at Griffin Hospital. We go to local school systems, and we actually do weighing opportunities. So we'll bring a scale. We'll have students attend with their book bags packed.
Oh, nice.
We'll teach them how to pack them appropriately. We'll weigh them for them so that they know whether or not their backpacks are too heavy, and sort of set them up for success that way.
Oh, that's a great idea. So is that coming up? Are you guys going to be doing that?
We will be doing that, and if you want any additional information, if you've had an injury related to backpacks or any other musculoskeletal injury, you could always reach out to the Griffin Hospital Rehabilitation Services Department. We are open from 7 to 7 Monday through Thursday and 7 to 5 on Fridays. We've got a large, talented group of clinicians there to meet all of your rehab needs.
All right, great. Thanks so much, Myra. This has been very informative.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Gonna take Elizabeth backpack shopping now.
Yeah, now you know what to get for Elizabeth. All right, Don. Well, next time, bring her in.
As long as it's purple.
All right, Don. Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more coffee break after this.